Ma! Sorry! Actually, I'm about to ask you for something
Tell me.
that might get my passport revoked.
Okay. Ano na to? Ano nangyayari?
Ilan per...
Sa'yo yan. Sa'yo na yan.
Wait, pero ilan usually ginagamit mo?
Bakit?
Per spring roll.
Bakit, girl?
I don't know.
Gamitin mo yung gamitin mo.
2 layers ba o isa lang?
Isa lang.
Malay ko ba?
I-revoke ang passport ni Shan. Hindi
Malay
siya
ko ba?
Pinay.
May mga ganito talagang
Hindi marunong gumawa ng lumpia.
Actually,
Ano
I'm about to ask you for something
Tell me.
that might get my passport revoked. Can you teach me how to do this again? Ma! Sorry!
Why are we even doing this episode?
Teach me, for the viewers who don't know how to do it.
If you don't know how to make a lumpia, you're not Pinoy. You can't be Pinoy
My
anymore.
excuse is I haven't been here I've been home in 4 years.
I haven't been home in 3 years.
Damn.
Yeah. How did you get here? Who are you? And how did you get to Colombia?
I've been asking myself that same question, Charlie. Who am I? I don't know.
So okay. Pues, instead of who are you, how did you get here?
Get here.
From the Philippines to Colombia.
Yeah, pandemic. After pandemic. 2021.
Saglit lang, girl. Marunong ka ba? Okay.
I'm going to risk it because... Okay, go. Sige.
This is correct.
Diba? Tama naman yung instinct ko.
Diamond first.
Then, left, diba? Then
Well,
like
sides,
this,
yeah.
sides. Diba? Tama naman
Wow.
yung instinct ko. See? You're born with it.
Okay. Tapos,
I went
Memeng,
to...
wait lang. What if ang source ng audio hindi pala ito?
Walang itlog para isil.
Mag-itlog ka, go. Kuha ka ng itlog. Your lumpia is short and stout.
Short and stout. Parang little teacup. Para saan to?
Para sa akin kasi wala akong... Para sa final product.
Para sa final. Ang liit. Naawa naman ako sa final product. Wala na tong podcast na to. Puro talaga kabulastugan. Mauwi talaga to sa puro kabulastugan.
Walang pinag-usapan eh.
Wala nang pinag-usapan.
Okay.
Gee,
We made one lumpia and talked about nothing.
thank you.
So, how did you... A Filipina. How old are you? 32?
Yes.
How the fuck
Correct.
did you get here?
In Colombia,
Yeah.
it was a long journey that started with my ex.
It started with a dream. Ay!
That started with a tree.
Start with your ex.
I've always dreamt about like leaving the Philippines. Like I've always known I was gonna do this, like living abroad thing. But I didn't know how. Like I'm 32. When I was younger, no one had like a blueprint for how to do this. Like you either go abroad to work as Filipinos,
A nurse.
Nurse as an OFW. But my vision was like, no, I just like wanna live my life. And being a digital nomad wasn't a thing.
Not that. I mean, if it was very niche, very, very small
And I remember
crowd.
like encountering the term globetrotter in a
Oh
computer
my God,
shop.
that was the term before the fucking digital nomad term. Globetrotter.
Like people who would work seasonally. Oh my God, this is too small. Yoko na. Char. Who would work seasonally. Sometimes like, for during winter, in ski resorts, summer,
But
beach.
these are not Filipinos. These are
No. It's a very Western
Europeans.
concept.
Yeah.
It's like for us, there's a blueprint
Yeah.
for how you're going to live your life.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wanted that. I don't know how I'm gonna make that work, but that's how it's gonna look like. And I remember telling my classmates, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? A globetrotter.
You actually?
I think I told some
Wow.
people that they're like, what is that? Like traveling, so like working abroad? Not really.
Oh, I had a similar thing when I was in college. When I just got accepted to UP. Tapos, I think one of the first few days, people go around the classrooms to recruit for different clubs. Clubs ba? No. Are they clubs?
Club.
Whatever.
Orgs.
Ayun, salamat. Oh my God. UP will revoke my transcript of records. My diploma.
Mas delikado ko hindi pa gumraduate. Ano naman ko sa registrar ng UP Diliman.
At least ako graduate.
Ano student number mo? Sige nga, ano student number?
2008-62569.
0920-0719. Hindi mo yan makakalimutan kahit di ka naman gumraduate.
Man, I remember this pretty lady. She's actually like half Indian, half like Indian Singaporean, half Filipina. So pretty. She just popped her head in. Tapos sabi niya, "Hi, we're recruiting for Lantugi, the debate team."
Ah, okay.
Oh, parang okay, whatever. And then they pitch it in oh, we're gonna do this, that, we're gonna travel. And as soon as I heard travel, sabi ko, oh,
let's do this.
Let's go, let's.
I don't know what it stands for. I don't know who you are.
Debates?
but I'm in it.
Yeah. No, I had a similar thing. I always knew that I was not gonna stay in the Philippines, at least not that long, and that I was gonna find my way outside of that life.
Yeah.
So when was the first time you left, and what was the situation like? You said with your ex.
Yeah, that was like the first, like, I knew when I left then, I was like, okay, I won't be coming back for a very long time. Because like, I've been out of the country, like I've been to South Korea, I've been to Thailand.
But not really
twice. Yeah, but you know, always with knowing that after a week or so, I'm gonna come back. But when I left for Germany in 2021, I knew that like, okay, I don't know when I'm coming back. And so we went to Germany.
Did you work already online?
Yes, I was already working.
What was your role?
I'm a writer, still is. Writer. Was, still is. Only thing I know how to do. That's another thing I've always known. I was just like, bad combo, no? Like, I wanna do this like Western rich people thing as a writer, as an artist.
Exactly how you find money, girl.
Exactly. But I don't know. Like, I made it work.
Yeah.
Somehow.
I mean,
so, yeah,
you did mention you were paid really well.
Yeah, at some point. I was a tech writer.
Okay, so you were already working online.
Yeah.
Then you went with your ex.
To Germany. Then after that was like, wasn't the 2021, you know, like a pandemic was still a thing, but like borders were starting to ease up. As long as you were, you were vaccinated.
Colombia.
Yeah,
I remember that.
As long as you were vaccinated, you're good. So I got actually my 2 vaccinations. I got the first one in Germany, and I got the second one in Costa Rica.
In Costa Rica. Oh.
Yeah, and then I had a follow-up, you know, the third one here in Colombia.
Ah, that's when I met you.
Yes. Yeah.
So Sean and I met at one of my events. She signed up, and then when I sent her the invite, she DM'd on Instagram, and she said, "Sabi niya, my cards don't work. I'm from the Philippines," something like that. Sabi ko, "Oh my God, I know exactly
Gcash
how that feels." Did you actually Gcash? No, you asked for cash.
No, sabi ko, pwede bang magbayad ng cash?
Yeah, and then I said I was Filipina, blah, blah, blah. Tapos I guess at some point, sabi ko, Gcash.
Gcash ba? Sabi ko, kung pwede naman Gcash.
Wala, girl. Wala akong Gcash. I mean, I do, but like, I don't really use it.
Yeah.
But anyway, oh my God, that's so cool. Also, but then, no, wait. But you weren't with your ex anymore.
No, when you met me, no.
Yeah. What happened?
It was like, what happened there? A lot. Where would I start? But yeah, actually when we met, that was like that was actually a crossroads. Like, because I started traveling and he was traveling with me.
But you traveled in 2020, 2021?
2021. We met
legit that year that I met you?
Yeah. The year I met you was 2023. 23, 22. I need to check my calendar.
Actually, 23 because
23,
magto 2 years na tayo. Anniversary.
So we traveled together for a while. But then
2 years.
clearly became clear that wasn't tenable. But the thing is, I didn't know how to travel by myself. But eventually, things ended, and I continued. I decided I had the choice, like, do I continue or do I go home? And just like, okay, it was a nice adventure. It's time to go. And I decided that, like, no, like, boyfriend or not, this has always been my dream.
Yeah, why?
Has nothing
why
to do
go
with
back,
that
right?
person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I continued. And here we are. I love being here. Roommates.
Gosh.
What are the common questions about, like, being a Filipino traveler that, like, kind of annoy you now at this point?
Hi, Mayan. Wait lang, ha?
Hi.
First of all, why? How? Like, I think it's not common at all to meet Filipinas on the road.
True.
In fact, the first year I was here, most of the Filipinas that I met were sponsored by their boyfriends to fly here, and because it was COVID, they couldn't meet anywhere else.
True.
So this was the easiest for, like, no visa needed, blah blah blah. So they met here, and it just didn't really feel the same. But, like, I mean, there are some people who have recognized na, like, people like you and me, like, travelers talaga na from the Philippines, made it out on our own.
Because there are a lot of Filipinas, but they're born in the U.S. or they have a
Mga
second
Phil-Am.
passport
Or they moved there when they were 16.
yeah.
Ganon.
But, like, it's very rare, especially here in South America, to meet
Our avatar.
yeah, to meet Filipinas or even Filipinos who just, like, go backpacking.
Yeah.
With no,
it's not a thing. I mean,
not-
I don't, dear Filipinos, I don't blame you. The wage
Yeah.
in the Philippines is shit, so.
yeah, immigration pa lang eh.
Immigration pala, they don't
Ayaw
let
ka
you
nang
out.
palabasin eh. Diba? Siyempre, understandable.
Yeah.
But here, it's very rare. Though we do have, like, a small Filipino community.
Yeah,
here
we
in
do,
Colombia.
and it's nice to see them every now and then. Not too many questions, because I think it's so uncommon that it's just mostly
True.
why and how. But I have a really funny story. I was in Brazil. God, girl. I was in Brazil, and I met this guy from couchsurfing. You know, couchsurfing is for travelers. It was really nice. And we decided to do a little tour. Maybe. Yes, I'm going to get you in a minute. Then he said, he asked, sabi niya, isn't it hard traveling as a Filipina alone or something like that? Sako parang, I mean, in general as a female, sure.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, but, like, as a Filipina. It's like, I mean, why do you think it's going to be difficult? It's like, oh, doesn't everyone think you're a prostitute?
Oh my God.
Man,
But why?
The strength it took to, like, stop myself
First of all,
from, like,
you have a very slappable
stabbing
face.
him.
What a fuck?
I always try to remind myself, people are ignorant, they don't know shit.
But
they don't know
why?
shit.
Is that a stereotype or?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, we do have a stereotype of, like, the young women with the old men, white men.
Ah,
You know what I
that
mean?
stereotype.
That stereotype. So I get it, where it's coming from, but it just sucks that that's the assumption he made from my traveling
prostitute? What the
experience. Yeah. And another one in Singapore. It was a Tinder match. I tried to meet up with him, but, like, with my work as a digital nomad, I started nomading when I was, well, not nomad. I started working online in 2017, and then started traveling in 2018. So my role I was a project manager, and it was a startup, and it's like I really had no schedule. I could literally have nothing to do for 7 days, or it's too much to do for 7 days. And so every time we planned to meet up, I would have to, like, oh my gosh, I had to reschedule. Then he goes like, oh, you don't have to lie to me, just tell me the truth, you're a domestic helper. I was like, what?
I mean, if I was, why wouldn't I tell you?
Exactly. I was like, I would tell you. But, like, what the assumption?
What?
And I think it was also because it was a foreign concept, like working online.
Yeah. Well,
And during the pandemic, I was lucky enough to still have a job.
the weirdest. I just had, like, one weird experience when I was in Belgium.
Saglit lang, girl. Go. Welcome my daughter, Manong.
Hello. So I was smoking. I still smoked at the time. I was smoking outside like a cafe, and I only had like one stick left. You know, smoker is precious, and it's Europe. It's fucking expensive.
Yeah.
So I was like smoking that, and there was this guy. Like, it wasn't like he was homeless or something. Just you know. And he saw that I was smoking, and he muestra like parang
Beg?
hindi naman, sabi lang pahinging isa, like, and I said sorry, like I just have one, sorry.
This was in Belgium.
Yeah, this was in Belgium, and then looks me straight in the face, like, and starts speaking perfectly straight English, saying, "Go back to Japan." And I'm like, wrong Asia, first of all.
Japayuki!
Pretended he couldn't speak English, but when I did, I'll go back to Japan. I'm like, great. Close, but not quite.
Almost there.
Almost there.
Lower.
Just that. Oh, yeah. And I've also had that question. It's like, oh, you're a Filipina. But more in the Philippines. Mm-hmm. If you have a boyfriend that is, you know,
a foreigner. Yeah.
Like, they think you're financed.
Yeah.
For the record, I am not. I have never been
financed by a white guy.
Yeah.
No, I get that. It's a very. I mean, to be honest, like it's. I have this weird feeling towards that of like I don't blame them because it really is tough in the Philippines. But at the same time, it's also like let's find a way to be independent as well, like financially as women.
Yeah, save money.
Yeah, save money or work hard. Like you did not go out for 2 years. No. Literally just worked and saved and did nothing.
Yeah, true. I had phases in my life where I really like.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot. Like I think it's getting more and more common now, no? At least in Southeast Asia, Filipinas are getting more, getting
a lot more empowered.
Out there more, out there. More empowered, like leaving the country. Good job! Yes!
I had this Facebook page. It got viral a few times, and there were women, there were Filipinas also like following and admiring how I'm going out and traveling, etc. And it's so cool when they message me and they're like, "Oh, like I've made the step to like get out of the country," and I'm like, "Oh, yeah."
Yes, go for gold.
Because there's so much that we don't know. If you just, I mean, it's not just for Filipinos. It's for anyone, right? If you're stuck in your own country, in your own city, in your own town, you're limited to exactly what you just know and what you see. But when you're out there, kahit 2 months lang travel, like truly traveling, not the touristy shit. Like it's a huge difference now. Even if it's just 2 months.
Yeah.
Even if it's just 1 month.
Yeah.
Perspective lang. Change your mindset into thinking, okay, what can I learn from out here? And then make your decisions from there.
Well, I understand naman. Like there are people who are just not interested.
And that's great. I have friends who have zero interest.
I know people who just like will leave the Philippines once a year to go to Japan. That's it.
That's fine.
And I was like, great. But if you've had that feeling in you, that desire, even if it's just like a small like urge, go for it. Like don't, if it's like, oh, I'm afraid because I might get lonely, I'm afraid because I might get lost. You will. You will get lost. You will get scared. It can get dangerous, but you will also see parts of yourself. Like when you solve problems
on your own,
you will meet like a part of yourself that you didn't even know existed.
What was here's the question. What was your biggest realization or biggest, not necessarily biggest, whatever comes to mind, lesson that you've learned while traveling? About yourself, about the world, about, I don't know.
That's a good question.
Well, you think about it, I have a funny one. I actually finally learned how to read maps.
I still can't read maps.
I used to be so horrible, even though like the app literally tells you left, right, whatever, right? No, but I still can't. I couldn't understand it.
My fellow, like, you know, no directional girlies and boys. I'm traveling. I've been out of the country for
Maybe you're a
almost
bad
4
example.
years. You can do it. If I can.
Even if you don't know how to read a map.
If you don't know, go for it. You'll survive. You'll survive. Oh, like what I learned is that the world is a kinder place than you think. It's a safer, bigger, kinder place than you think.
That's actually a really valuable one, especially
Exactly.
coming like towards Filipinos.
Exactly. Like the fear of like, like we're a low-key anxious culture, society.
When it comes to traveling, especially.
When it comes to traveling, when it comes to other cultures, when it comes to like, oh, you don't have your family there, you don't have anyone who has your back. But the truth is, people are kind and people would want to help you. And people, if especially us, like we're so open-hearted, we're so smiley, we're so...
Man, it's so easy to make friends as Filipinos because we're naturally like...
Exactly.
Friendly, even introverts.
Yes. Also, introvert girlies and boys.
Even K6. She's a hyper introvert, but she still managed to like, just talk to people and just be friends.
Yes.
As long as you just, for me, one of the best tips I can give you is find a hobby or an interest and just go meet people that way. You don't really have to just do dating apps. And recently I joined the Hostess Sister.
Oh yeah. Just recently. I thought you've
Yeah,
always...
and I've been there for 2 years. I never really used it because I didn't really go out of Medellin. But I use it. It's also a great way to meet people if you're a female. For men, obviously, there's also other options like couch surfing. Could be fun for them. But yeah, one of the reasons why we were thinking about this podcast is also this interesting idea of like hearing our stories of how we've come here. Oh, I haven't told my story. Fuck.
Oh.
My story,
Wow.
long story short.
Ang bata gusto ng lumpia.
Ipatong mo, girl.
Pinay nga.
No, dito ba? Para...
Saan? Ito?
No, ito dyan.
Patong dyan. Kasi magdidikit-dikit.
Hindi kaya.
Hindi
Kaya
ba?
lang yan, oo.
Baka magdikit eh.
Kaya lang yan, girl.
Takot ako, go. Sige, pag yan nagdikit, sisising kita.
Carry bells. Long story short, like you, I decided to leave. But it was not with an ex. It was after we broke
Our
up.
relationship.
My mom pushed me to travel and went around Asia. And then I got so tired of it because nothing was a culture shock anymore. Pareho la lahat ng temple. May temples din tayo sa Pilipinas, no?
English.
No, I also grew up with Chinese culture. So temples talaga yung life ko, girl. No, legit temples, not churches.
Ano ba temple? English.
Okay.
Sorry sa mga English. No offense.
So I was thinking like, fuck, wala na akong culture shock. I want something really like radically different. But given our passports, not really a lot of options to go somewhere where it's really culture shock.
That's a good topic. Okay. Next nating tanong yan. I'll go.
And so then I decided, in South America, we can go to 5 countries. And I thought that could be a whole year of just going to 5 different countries because it's 3 months each. So I go, okay, let's go. So I started with Brazil, got to Brazil, had fun. Oh my gosh, best culture shock ever. I was so happy.
Best culture
shock. I was so in love. I was so in love. And then pandemic happened, lockdown, lived in Brazil for a year. And then, I don't know, I just wanted to challenge myself and move to a city because I've always been in a small town. Sa Siargao, Sri Lanka, I was in a small town din. Sa Brazil, I was in a small town. Puro mga ganon. Sabi
Saan
ko,
ka sa Brazil? Itacare, no?
Itacare, sa Bahia. Tas sabi ko, I'm getting too comfortable. Let's challenge myself and go to a city. And that's how I came to Medellin.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And you started so many things here.
Yeah.
Hindi naman sa pagbubuhat ng bangko, pero si ate girl talaga celebrity dito yan. Char!
Don't know how to feel about that.
Actually, like, dating ka dito as an expat, maririnig mo pangalan niya. Promise. Kaya na-meet biglang nagpa-add lang ako sa WhatsApp group, tapos nakita ko na yung name ni ate girl. Wow!
Community builder.
Community. Yun pala ang question. I think that's like a question ng maraming Filipino is like, how do you travel with their passport? But before that, mag-refill ako.
Sige, go.
Ang bilis kong gumawa ng lumpia. I'm so happy.
Flow. You're in the flow, girl.
Charlotte.
Carabel. So, question on traveling with a Filipino passport.
Yes.
What's your question?
How do you do it? How do we do it? Because I've had like, how do you like do this? Like, we can, we can't go to a lot of
Step one, Google.
Step one, Google mo. Step two.
No, but legit, that's how I planned my trip. So I was thinking, obviously in Southeast Asia, we have a lot more options and it's easier.
Yeah.
And then probably the only visas that I applied for are East Asia, so Korea, China, Japan. And I think it really helped that I had so many stamps before applying for them.
True.
Because when I applied for them, they granted it like within 2 weeks. Easy. Except China only gave me two weeks instead of 1 month that I asked for. But it's better than nothing. Still got to go to China, see the Great Wall.
Ooh.
But honestly, just have a list of the countries that we can go to visa-free or e-visa. And then you can just plan out. Because here's the other travel tip, not just for Filipinos, but for anyone. Don't go to everywhere, to a place just because everyone's going there. Ask yourself, what are you actually interested in?
Exactly.
So that you actually enjoy your trip. Some people do this whole, and I've met tons and tons and tons of people who just regret going to X place or Y place because they thought it was cool or whatever, because they
saw it on Instagram.
Yeah. But actually, like, intentionally travel. This is a privilege to be able to travel. So, like, find what you like. If you like to dive, base your travel on diving. If you like to eat, like me, travel based on your food preferences. Legit, what I did. I traveled for food. And then that changed into, okay, I just want like a culture that's vastly different, which is why I came to South America. Ikaw, what's your strategy with traveling with your Filipino passport? Our beloved.
Well, I understand the question because the fear, until now, like, I've flown literally hundreds of times. It's still stressful in an immigration counter because we're conditioned to think that, like, we could get offloaded or we could be denied or, like, they could just look at you and say, you know what, you can't enter our country. Technically possible, but, like, will most likely never happen to you.
It's really rare, and I think that's the other psychology that's been like weirdly embedded on us.
Yeah.
You know, it's the most screwed up thing. I would have said fucked up, but whatever. Is our own immigration. Yay! They fight to let you out. Woo!
Yeah! They make you feel like it's not your basic human right to travel. Yay!
But no, it is your basic right. And so, honestly, my tip is just stand your ground and just be very firm. Like, I'm traveling. I have the right to leave my country. And just have, fuck it, play with their paperwork, get all the paperwork, whatever. Because if it does get escalated to management, usually management just goes, yeah, let them go.
Yeah.
Honestly. Even my own mother was stopped. And she's no reason, I don't know what reason they want to stop us. I showed all the medical records of my pregnancy and etc. And then interrogated her so much. And then once it got escalated to the management, seconds she was through. So don't be afraid, stand your ground. And if you have a lawyer friend in hand,
you don't have to. It's so funny na in the Philippines, they make you think that, like, you have to have shit tons of money to be able to leave, to be able to travel. No, you don't. It's like, all you really need is, there's so many people who travel, like, all over the world, you would say. Now, they don't have a lot of money, but with that, what they do have is this intense, burning desire to discover the world, which is, one of the best things about being human.
Just step one, get out of the Philippines.
Exactly.
The most easy country, I would say, like even Malaysia. Don't go to Singapore. Like, go to a cheap country and just explain you're traveling, whatever. And then from there, honestly, breeze.
Exactly.
Every other immigration experience is not going to be the same. If anything, they get excited because they never really meet Filipinos. Immigration officers get excited to meet me.
Yeah.
Here,
it's a breeze, but I still get nervous. I still get nervous a little bit, but like it's getting
better.
less and less the more I do it. Just like when you realize that no one's really out to get you. There's no one's out to get you. Most people just like they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
The only people who are really out to get you are the immigration officers in the Philippines. Because they're bullies.
They are.
That's it. Yeah.
Well, mga kabayan, mga katipuneros at katipuneras, thanks for watching our Lumpia episode.
Wonton rapper. Na nagpapanggap na lumpia.
Man, we could do more episodes. We'll probably do more episodes while she's here till mid-August.
Lumpia episodes. There's so many questions now we didn't get to tackle.
Yeah. If you have any questions, comment and we'll answer them. And honestly, I just hope that you guys have the courage to get out and travel the world.
Yes. If you have questions, she'll tag me. And
we shall
I'll
answer
try.
your questions. Adios. How do we say
Bye.
goodbye? What's our...
Paalam. Batibot. Char.
Paalam.
Paalam mga bata.
Batibot. Ano ba?
Sabaw.
Sign off.